going. Meeting's called to order. And an approval of the agenda.
I move we approve the agenda as printed.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Now, is Kelly on there?
You know what, I might have more people than I need to admit here, but Kelly should be joining. She's gonna- Hi Kelly, can you hear us? Okay, I can't hear her, but
I heard.
yeah. We'll go that you can.
She said hello.
Okay.
I guess we can't talk to her from here.
I don't know. Kelly, can you hear anything from the meeting? Okay, so she can hear us.
Okay.
Just want to, maybe, can you put your phone on speaker?
You want it on speaker?
Yeah, because I'm not picking it up here. Hi, Kelly. Hi. You're right, it's gonna echo.
Yeah.
Is it because I'm on? Hang on. How about now? Is it still echoing? Yeah, it is. Okay, well, you'll just have to let us know what she says, because I don't have it.
Kelly, we've got a communication problem here, and we're trying to work it out, so we'll just.
Maybe.
Yes, try that. You've got my number? Mine, 517-256-7113.
This is like the second one.
And I'll hang up and wait for your call.
Sorry, everybody, I'm not sure what's happening on this end.
We gotta get where she's at, though.
Oh, yes.
Is there anybody else, Genevieve, on there other than Kelly and
No.
myself and Bob
Nope.
that you know of? I'm gonna go ahead and hang up then, just have
Yeah.
heard from Bob.
Yeah.
Kelly Wilson.
Are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Is that better?
Yes,
It is.
that's a
Thanks,
lot
Kelly.
better.
Good.
Kelly, can you tell us where you're calling from today, please?
Yes, I am calling from Newaygo, Michigan.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And we had a vote on the agenda, and everybody approved it. Do you agree with that?
I do.
Okay.
Zach, did you vote on that?
No,
Okay,
but I vote yes.
okay. So we are at unanimous. Okay, thanks, everybody.
And approval of the minutes from our May 3rd meeting, which you all got copies of here, except Kelly.
I move that we approve the meeting minutes of May the 3rd, 2021, with one correction, and that is Zach Muller instead of Zach Miller in the guest, and also later on in the, excuse me, new business.
Thank you. I will second that.
Okay, all in favor of approving the minutes from our May 3rd meeting, signify by saying aye.
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 Kelly's an aye.
Okay.
Okay, new business, possible site plan approval. Would you like to say anything before we start, or do you want to wait?
I'll wait and
Okay.
answer any questions that you might have.
Okay, so everybody has the papers here,
Yes.
and the site plan.
Mhm.
Is there any discussion on that?
I have a question, and that was, I didn't see a report from the fire chief. And I was wondering what his input is.
Is the fire chief normally on that review process?
I don't believe that that
No,
one
he's-
went to Guy.
He's not on there, Kelly.
Oh, he was on the earlier list that I saw, and I was thinking specifically when it comes to water, that he seems like an appropriate person to have given some input.
Yeah, my thought, and Mr. Spitzley, correct me if I'm wrong, that you have a hydrant nearby because you're in the city. There's a hydrant near your property,
Yeah, yes, sir.
Right by the entrance.
right by the entrance.
Yeah, right at the entrance.
Mhm.
That's actually where the sewer lift station is, and there's a water main that comes and enters into Cherry Hill Apartments. And I believe there's a fire hydrant right in that
There's a
area.
fire hydrant.
There is, it's right on your property line.
So that if you had a need for hydrant service in the event of a fire or nearby fire, the water that you're using for agriculture is coming from your proposed well, not from
Right.
the city. So if the city needed that water to fight a nearby fire, your operation by installing a well, you're preserving any agricultural water to be used in the event of a fire or otherwise.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I understood correctly. Yeah.
In fact, I've always thought also that in the future, if that well will be powered by a solar system, and so if people ever needed water, in an emergency, you could always access it.
You'd have it there, okay. Great, thank you, Mr. Spitzley.
Kelly, did that answer your question?
I guess I can take these off because it's not.
Kelly? Kelly? Is that Morse code she's
I'm not sure.
Okay, I will call her back.
Kelly Wilson.
All right.
Okay, you got to me before I could get to you.
The concern that I've heard
Oh, yeah.
for several years is the adequacy of the current city wells to provide sufficient water for the city. And I'm wondering what impact a new 4-inch well would have on the aquifer with respect to its ability to continue to provide the city's well. Part of my concern is, would this well negatively impact the existing city's wells?
Well, the DPW supervisor approved it, so he would be the one that would look at that well into the aquifer.
Well, it looked like from his report, he was looking specifically at the procedure. I didn't see any indication as to whether he looked at it from the standpoint of how it might affect the city's existing wells. Now, I realize they're not located next to each other, but they are drawing from the same aquifer.
Mr. Spitzley, do you have any expected use of water from your well in terms of gallons per hour, gallons per day?
Yeah.
What
So the main function of this, of the well,
Step up if you, so Kelly can hear your response.
I can hear him.
Okay, thank you.
so the motivation for this well is that I'm growing shiitake mushrooms out on that property. And to control their growth rate, I need to use water to stimulate their growth. And so the consumption that I need is only like 180 gallons a day at most. And then beyond that, we have a small area where we have crops that we're growing, and we need to, for instance, we have an area that's 40 by 20 and another area that's maybe 20 by 20. So I'd like to use the irrigation well to water those plants also. But I don't expect to use more than, less than 500 gallons at most. On a given day, the mushrooms will probably use less than 100 gallons, and then whatever I need to just keep the crops moist or watered, which might be another 100 or 200 gallons. So it's a very low capacity usage, and that we're anticipating.
Yes, my concern does not have, my concern isn't about your project, although I do wonder with that limited usage, why you would choose to drill a 4-inch well.
Well, the purpose is that the city water has chemicals added to it.
Such a big, why 4-inch?
That's the standard size.
Okay, but the capacity is significantly, is that what you're saying? The capacity of that well is much larger than you anticipate using. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just, the contractors that I spoke to, that's just a typical well that you put in for a house usage. It's just a domestic standard well.
Okay.
And so the usage you're describing in possibly a couple hundred gallons a day is similar to you in usage that we have in our standard homes in
Probably
Cary?
much less.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions? Well, then I guess we need a motion to approve the site plan.
I move that we approve the site plan for, do I need the property address?
Old Arbor Farm.
For Oak Arbor Farms as presented with the conditions. So the conditions that well, maybe we should go back and discuss this before I make a motion. So the city attorney recommended that if this property gets rezoned, that the well is capped and abandoned. And that you still have to get your inspection and approval from the county. So, yes, so let me amend that motion. I move that we approve the site plan as submitted by Mr. Spitzley for Oak Arbor Farms for the property situated on parcel 02460015000 as approved with the following conditions. Well caps if Zone A1 is rescinded, and that the permit is received from Genesee County Health Department.
A second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Kelly?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, you're all approved.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, good luck.
Goes to city council, and it'll go to city council, and they'll approve it there too. They'll go through the same process as we did tonight.
Okay, thank you.
So, thank you for coming.
Mr. Spitzley, by you any chance have a business card?
Excuse me?
Do you have a business card with you by any chance?
I don't.
That's okay, I think I've got your contact number on here. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, your email's on here. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Okay. What is today?
Okay, next item under new business is the canceling our July 5th meeting and rescheduling it to July 12th. And the reason being that City Hall will be closed on July 5th. And I would imagine that a lot of people are going to be out of town on that day. So we need to talk about that. We need a motion to schedule a special meeting and cancel our regular meeting.
We do it in one motion, Bob. I move that we cancel our regularly scheduled July 5th meeting of the Planning Commission due to holiday conflicts, and reschedule that meeting as a special meeting at the same time on July 12th. And we'll conduct our normal business on 12th of July.
Okay, we need a second on that.
I'll support that.
Did you hear that, Kelly?
Yes,
Okay.
I hear it better than on Zoom.
Oh, do you?
Yes,
Well, that's because we got the phone up on top of the table here.
well, perfect.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye. Kelly's an aye. Opposed? So our next meeting is going to be July 12th, Monday at 7 o'clock. Okay, the next item is the Zoom meeting, and Larry will fill us in on that.
I'll attempt to do that, Bob, thank you. One of the agenda topics from this past council meeting is whether or not we eliminate the use of Zoom and cancel our emergency declaration that the city has in place. Back in December of last year, there was a approval by city council to consider a state of emergency, which allowed us, both council and planning commission, to be compliant with the Open Meetings Act and conduct our meetings via the use of Zoom, as we've been doing. The only way that we can continue to do that is to maintain a state of emergency, because there are no other exceptions any longer with regard to the Open Meetings Act. And it's going to become extremely difficult, given the fact that as of July 1st, we expect a number of other restrictions within the state around COVID to be lifted, and therefore the ability for our city to maintain a state of emergency on a COVID basis is going to be very difficult to justify, if ever challenged. So it's going to go back to the council for our meeting a week from Thursday. We tabled it this last meeting to allow us to have some discussion with it here, because we recognize that Kelly has been meeting with us via Zoom or now by conference call. It would, in fact, ensure that all the members of the body would have to be physically present for the meeting. So that's the reason that I wanted to bring it up. Whether it's July 1st, right now, the motion on the table at the council would be to cancel the state of emergency for the city of Perry effective the 1st of July, which would then say that we'd go to all in-person meetings in compliance with the Open Meetings Act. Anything that I missed, Mindy, from the discussion? Thank you. So we need to have some feedback from the Planning Commission that I can take back to the council with regard to are we ready to support and concur with that action should it be taken to cancel the state of emergency.
Well, if you look around here and see the people with no masks, that'll kind of tell you.
Yeah.
You know, we're moving as an organization would be more and more people fully vaccinated, and that's obviously the reason that the state is looking at lifting some of the mask mandates, et cetera. So I think we'd be hard pressed in all reality to defend, as I said earlier, to defend maintaining a state of emergency around COVID right now.
I agree. I concur absolutely with that. We would not be able to maintain it.
Kelly, what are your thoughts on that?
I was just curious because I thought the Open Meetings Act provided for a body to have rules that allowed members to attend by phone. But it may have been updated since I looked at the Open Meetings Act last.
I don't have any idea. Everybody's scrambling for paper around
We
here.
are. We
Okay.
can do this.
At one time, I was very familiar with FOIA and the Open Meetings Act, but it's been a few years. And I know in earlier times, a body could allow members to attend and vote by mail.
Well, Larry,
Public
Larry,
body.
Larry has
Kelly, I'm
found
going to
it.
try to move a little closer to the phone here.
Okay.
And talk a little bit about, I'm going to read from a document that I was provided as a council person. Document is dated April 2nd of 2021. Authority to hold electronic meetings under Michigan Open Meetings Act now limited. On March 30th, 2021, the authority for Michigan public bodies to hold electronic virtual meetings for any reason under the Michigan Open Meetings Act expired. Thus, starting in March 31st, 2021 and continuing until December 31, 2021, a public body may only permit a member of the public body to participate electronically due to military duty or a medical condition. Furthermore, a public body may only conduct electronic meetings during the occurrence of a statewide or local state of emergency or state of disaster declared pursuant to law or charter or local ordinances by the governor or a local official governing body or chief administrative officer that would risk the personal health or safety of members of the public or public if the meeting was held in person. And it goes on from there, but basically...
Okay. That answers the question then.
Okay.
Dan Nestle's handbook concurs.
Okay, so I guess do we need a motion on that to end the Zoom meetings on July 1st?
We won't
It's up
be
to
the
the
body
council.
that ends it, but I think that we could have a motion that we support
Yeah.
the council in a decision if they do elect to rescind the state of emergency at their next.
Stated very well. Just go ahead and make a motion then.
Okay. I move that the planning commission support the action that is anticipated by the Perry City Council, which would end the state of emergency for the city of Perry effective July 1st of 2021, which would then ensue personal representation at all of our future meetings to be in concert with the Open Meetings Act. And I don't expect Genevieve to get all that down. but-
Oh, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Source anticipation at the ending of the state of emergency.
Okay, I guess I need a second.
A second.
Good, Zach, I'm glad you did. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried, and you can carry that
I can
information
carry that back.
back.
I just wanted to make sure we had the opportunity to discuss it here before the council took action.
Yeah. Now, that also means that we'll probably be moving downstairs to the council chambers. You know, because this being set up here, the logistics of taking it down and resetting it up for a meeting on Monday and a meeting on Thursday is
That's
kind of...
another topic of discussion for the council, but
Yeah.
there have been requests coming, according to Devin, to begin to rent this space out again like we have in the past. So that will be,
They're gonna throw us out.
probably a move subsequent to move back to council chambers.
Got
Okay, is there anything we need to talk about on old business there?
I don't think so. I don't have anything yet finished yet.
Is there anything else that we need to talk about? Boy, everybody was really efficient tonight. We got our extra time in last week, or last meeting.
Yes, we did.
I'll just give a quick update now that I found the agenda again, so we know it was on old business. We are still, the council is, I mentioned earlier, he has put a proposal together around some enforcement of all of our zoning ordinances that will allow Leland to have some more teeth, if you will, in enforcement activity. Bottom line, right now, we're still waiting to hear back from Justin English, our attorney, relative to a legal position. And Sue is involved right now with trying to encourage him to get that information back to us. So stay tuned, it's still in the works.
Okay, well, at least it's progressing.
See, good night. So I need the second person. Zach, would you be willing to send this? We actually have to,
Yeah.
planning commission members have to request this.
Okay, so just sign right here.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else we need to discuss?
My name like you did.
Nothing?
Sorry, I spelled it.
I know, that's exactly what happens all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so we need.
Kelly, do you have anything else?
Right.
No, I think that covers it.
Okay.
Can I make a motion that we adjourn until July 12th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
A second.
Larry seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Everybody to leave.
All right.
Thank you.